check one, check two, sibilance. Was my mic muted? I'm sorry, chat. If my mic was muted. No, I just plugged it in. Hi, how you doing? We're just, getting some gameplay footage today. I am going to be climbing down the stairs and then climbing back up the stairs because I want a recording of me running up the stairs. Or maybe I could just reverse the video footage of me running down the stairs and it would look funny. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mux. I've been really good. I don't know if you've been aware, but I moved out of that trailer. I haven't set my webcam up yet for the stream. I just started the stream. I actually just set up the microphone just because you got here. Normally I'll just start the stream. If I don't intend to use my webcam, I will just start the stream. However, that may end up changing once the stream is started. So I've made the mistakes multiple times. This is one thing you gotta remember, is when you go to the stairs that is basically an elevator to Upper Delkfut Tower, don't make the same mistake I made of climbing the stairs. There is literally a question mark, a triple question mark spot. There's simply a triple question mark spot. There's simply a triple question mark spot right here. Okay. And if you click that, it goes all the way back up. Don't make the mistake of I did, and I will show the footage here right now. Don't make the mistake I did of running up the stairs. Oh, switch over to my YouTube. I got the full screen on youtube.com/RebeccaLauren. Twitch and YouTube also has the portrait, the vertical format. That's for people who are coming in on their phones and they want to chat. And normally you would see my webcam as well as the game screen. And it allows easy editing because I can just grab the Twitch clip and I can just crop the game screen if I just want it and then enlarge it without any scaling loss because it's already scaled. Okay, we're in Upper Delkfoot Tower. Wait a minute, how do I get back up the elevator? Oh, god damn it. I gotta run back down. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the YouTube. I'm having a caffeinated lemonade. Yeah, I just wanted, I'm starting to think of like Final Fantasy XI as like a camera now. You know what I really want to do? I want to set up like a private server that literally is just, I'm gonna design it specifically as a like a VR chat. So that I can set up different like camera angles with first person view, like put like invisible GMs like at random locations, and then put up a bunch of different characters in different angles there with doing emotes so that I can make little like screenplays within like the lore of Final Fantasy XI. Or I could just do like GTA. Like make a completely fictional like Reno 911 type thing, but like Final Fantasy XI, so it's like, or it's like the Royal Knights and the Temple Knights, or it's like that's one of the shows, right? It'd be like the Sandoria show, there'd be the Bastock show, there would be the Windurst show. You could do like a bigger one that's like a fictional like fantasy epic story with like a main villain, and like maybe it's like Bahamut, right? Like what if I did a full storyline with Bahamut? Literally just record different clips within different angles to make like a Final Fantasy XI short story. Okay, so we're doing page XP here. Basically, the idea is as long as the mob is easy prey, it gives experience. It doesn't matter how much experience it gives. As long as it does, it counts towards progress of an field manual page. And what that does is it gives you like a big bonus XP every time you fulfill that requirement. So basically it's about killing 4 in the Gigas family and 4 in the Goblins family. And so you just roam around and kill all the Gigas and the Goblins until they no longer give XP. And then you go to the next higher level area. So right now we're in the we're not in the highest level area of Upper Delkfoot Tower, but there's a big jump between the two times that you come here. You don't come here again until like level 55 or 60 or something like that. They're gonna be like IT at like level 55. They're like level 60 to 62 mobs, or 62 to 67. I don't remember. Red versus blue. Yeah, I could do like little like Flash cartoon era, like Newgrounds style like cartoons. Like nasty ass cartoons that I can't talk about on stream, but that's separate. Like I could do like Newgrounds, like cancels, like it'll get me canceled if I post this. Like, like no, I'm not that bad. But I mean, depending on who you talk to on the internet, it would be like normal or it would be cancelable. That's debatable. With social media, I try not to guess anymore. If I am okay with something, it's because I think it's funny, and I don't really like make decisions based on like, oh, is this okay for me to say? Like, I just don't say dog shit things. I mean, at least I don't think I say dog shit things. Like, I don't like, I don't know. At some point, you just gotta, like, not care. And so that's what we did. And now we're moving forward. And we're, getting some XP here in Upper Delkfoot Tower. This is a funny name. It's Delkfoot. Not Delfuck. Okay, it's Delfuck Tower. Okay, no, we can't say that on stream. Oh no, I'm canceled because somebody was like, that's not Christian. They're like, oh, that young woman, they call me a young woman. They're like, that young woman is wearing a short skirt. And I'm like, yo. And then they're like, you harlot. Oh, they're fine with bigotry and hate, but not like wearing short skirts and expressing your sexuality in any capacity. Like, oh no, I showed ankle. But then here's the kicker. Then they find out I'm a trans woman. But they were treating me like a woman the whole time. And then they start treating me more like a woman by like saying, oh, well, you know, we could tell the whole time that you were a man. like, okay, whatever. We knew all along. As they like went on a diatribe about how like women are weak and like how I'm acting like I'm disrespectful harlot. All women should be ashamed of you. Like the same shit they do to every other woman. Unfortunately, I guess that's the answer to what is a woman. I guess that's the answer. Is when you're being subjected to that kind of treatment. Ankle? Where? I mean, underwear. Okay, so where are the goblins? That's what I want to know. Because we killed all the gigas in our page. I mean, we're just going to keep killing them. It's fine. They give 200 XP a kill, basically. Which is like, in my opinion, I mean, that's like the old days. That took like minutes. I get it in like seconds. And so I can just spam the tower. We can always tell in that like weird like cardian. Oh, speaking of which, this way of typing, Mux, they do that in this game. There is an NPC in the game, an NPC type. Actually, it's a mob type, monster type, is Cardians. Oh no, it's Blaze. How you doing? I see a Blaze over there. Let's go. How you doing? We're playing some retail Final Fantasy 11. Yeah, the Cardians, which are like an NPC in Windurst, they're like this weird, like order of like magical knights. Like they're like these card people. Like they're made of cards. Like they're actual cards. No, they're not actual cards. They're like these weird like golem creatures that like inhabit some kind of like magical doll on wheels that looks straight out of like the Wizard of Oz books. like it's like some weird shit. They roll around on wheels. They got like this weird voice that they use that kind of like alternate caps. What's it called? It's from like the 80s and 90s internet. It's like the way like people on like internet relay chat would it's used today. Like the thing is, internet history is interesting because this is still around literally here in 2026. Is that we still use this like alternate caps to like indicate that whatever is being said is like awkward. Because it is awkward. It tells you exactly what it is. Like as soon as you look at the text, you know what that person sounds like. the Red Queen soldiers, and or like, yeah, like exactly like Alice in Wonderland when she's through the looking glass. She goes through the looking glass and there's a whole other world with a completely different set of rules. And she doesn't know those rules, so she's basically just as lost there as she is in her regular life. So like Alice is basically living the same exact life in both behind the looking glass and in her personal life, because she's but a child, right? She's but a child. Like, she is like the Duchess's like niece or something like that. And like she has like this big sister. We don't even know if it's her sister. It might just be like an heiress to like the Duchess, like the Duchess like younger sister that's like 30 years old. And she's in charge of making sure that Alice becomes a fine court lady and knows how to say please and thank you and all those kind of things. And she doesn't know the rules. She's being told the rules by like some like authority figure. And then she goes through the looking glass and she experiences, first she thinks it's like, oh, it's a magical place, it's like free, but then she realizes it has the same kind of bullshit as her regular life, because like there's some queen that's like, off with their head. Can you tell this lemonade is caffeinated? Yeah, it's Nutricost supplements. They have an organic guarana powder. It's instant guarana powder, so it's basically it's like freeze dried or whatever dried guarana paste. It's pretty high in caffeine, so I use a lot less than a single scoop. A single scoop is like 2 cups of strong coffee, but it's even stronger than that because it digests slower because of the tannins, which are really good antioxidant. It's a little more complicated than that. It has what's called catechins, which exist in tea, especially green tea, which the catechins in green tea are known to reverse or prevent or even reverse cancer. But that's like, research on green tea. We don't have as much research on guarana or coffee in that specific. I think we do have experience with coffee, but coffee has different kinds of catechins, which are also good. Guarana has catechins. It's in the tannins, I believe. It has like antioxidants, just like coffee and tea. Guarana has a lot of tannin. And tannins slow down the digestion. And so when you drink something with guarana in it, it has like a little bit more of a delay and a slow burn, which is a little more intense than most people are used to. Most people are used to caffeine like being like a jolt. With guarana, it's like an intense like charge. It's like you're like a fully charged battery. It's like you're not just going to be burnt out in like an hour. It's going to last like 6 hours. Coffee and ibuprofen? If you have something swelling, then you should probably listen to your doctor, Mux. How's your world been? I was talking, okay, so I need to actually, like, show you, there's been a change in my life. I don't know if we've talked about it since you've been back. I don't know if you've been to the stream since I moved, but let me load up one of my first streams. I'm happy to see it. My life could have turned out very differently. So I moved into a completely new place. Let me turn off the music. I moved into a completely new place. And this is a YouTube short. It is me in the backyard, in my backyard. I have a whole backyard. I got like a whole room. I have like a great kitchen. There's like a living room that neither of us really use. Like, that we have, I'm basically, I have like a rent that I pay every month, and I have my own room, and it's my room. I'm a tenant, and I live here. And instead, I took the path that was hard. It's a really hard path. Admitting that I needed to stop avoiding transitioning was like getting out of the denial was like a huge one, because I don't think any of this could have happened if I didn't do that. Like, if I didn't admit to myself that I need to transition, or I'm never going to be okay with myself, how would I respect myself? How could I even, like, what kind of, I've said this before. If I had pretended to try to pretend that I could have lived as a man, what kind of man would I have been? I'm happy to see it. Yeah, because basically it's like, what I would have been a man who was unwilling to do what needed to be done, which in my opinion was like, what's the point of being a man if that's the kind of man I was going to be? If I was going to be a loser. So I was like, well, I'd rather be a woman that I respect, that gets shit done, and like is like a fucking badass bitch. Why would I try to, like, what is the advantage of living as a man if it meant being a loser? Also, I didn't want to be a man, so it's like there's like multiple layers to it. Um, that was that was the backyard stream. And then here we go. I have two different videos to show two different angles. Even though it's a camera connected to a Linux machine, connected to a server that only filters through exact data, and then that is filtered into a DVD player that then records the video and then plays it back from the DVD itself in an encrypted algorithm that creates the new embedded video on the DVD. And then I'm only getting an HDMI cable from the DVD player into the computer for OBS. And that OBS is on a separate machine that is then relayed over on a local network into an encrypted router into the streaming PC. Okay, we don't need to go that far. Okay, like, what am I, the like freaking like the Pope? Yeah, it's like I was making a joke about like over-engineered security setups, like to try to prevent from being doxxed, because you're like a live streamer. There's also I had this angle, like when I can just sit up in bed, with the camera zoomed in. The biggest thing about live streaming is really that your goal is to create a vibe. Like, yeah, the vibe can be different. Like, that vibe there's a lot you can do. You do have to create a vibe. The specific type of vibe is like kind of, open-ended. Like, it's kind of like, there's a lot you can do. I feel like there's different types of vibes. There is like the putting on a show vibe, like putting on a live show, like with high energy, where things pop. There is also kind of like a more podcast vibe, where it's just like, when we talk about the economy, what do we really think? You see people creating businesses and then selling those businesses. Is that creating a vibe? Find out more in today's podcast. Like, like that's a vibe, right? Or there's like, having like an IRL vibe, like where you're out and you're traveling, you see the camera moving, you don't know what's going to happen next. Like, you're out in the world, you're out in the community. That's a vibe. There's a gaming vibe where you're playing a game and you see the reaction to the gameplay. Like, that's a vibe. And then there's like a just chatting vibe where it's a mix between IRL. I think like the biggest thing about live IRL and podcast. Yeah, I think like I was trying to do a vibe there where I was like, if I was like in like one of those like interview videos, right? It's like a fake interview video. I should do like little clips like that, set up little like scripts where I like out of nowhere, I just cut to like doing a little bit of like a little sketch. Um, where it's like a pretend podcast or like a pretend interview, and it's just me. And I play like both the interviewer and the interviewee. And I put like different clothes on for one of them, and I put different clothes on for the other one, and I record both, and they're at different angles, and so that when you cut to them, it looks like you're actually looking at a different place and at a different person. Uh, that's like one of the most important things about this situation changing is the fact that I'm like even like coming up with these ideas creatively, like whether they're good or bad, that's like a different story. But or whether they'll work, that's actually a completely different story. Like whether or not it'll actually get, translate to actual YouTube views. Okay, like that is a completely different question. But the question of did it change my day-to-day interaction with creative output? Like that's how I like to think about things. Like, did my effort translate into an actual like development of a long-term goal? You've been developing my comedy shop. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I was in the, if you really want to be like weird about this, it could be like all those years, I spent 12 years in that trailer. Like 7 of those years were while I was actively like live streaming, and I was documenting like my transition progress and like all sorts of stuff like that for 7 years until like 3 months ago when I moved out. So we're like on a completely new chapter of my life right now. Like we're done with the trailer. We're never going back. You're never going to see me there again. Not if it's new. You'll see old clips of me in the trailer, but you'll never see me any clips from here on out. I think I deleted all the footage I had from there anyway on my hard drive, so I don't even have any footage from the trailer anymore. Existing on my hard drive. Like that's how far away from the trailer I am. I'm not going back. But if you really want to be weird about it, you could say like, well, those 7 years I spent in like a chamber where I practiced my like content creator ability. Where I was just stuck in a trailer in a small booth for like 16 hours a day with nothing but a camera and a microphone. That's literally the best situation you can think of if your goal is to improve at being a Twitch streamer. That's like literally like XQC or Asmongold or Hassan or like Soda Poppin or NMP Lol or Pokimane or any of these people. Maybe not Pokimane because I think she's doing a different thing now. But they would have given anything to have what I had. They got thrust into success where they had to learn all their mistakes like with like a giant audience. I had like 3 people watching. So I was like practicing my chops with literally nobody watching. They would give anything for that. No, probably not. They're millions of dollars. You got to take into account, this is all I'm going to get into the drama, but anybody, nobody in particular, but anybody who is like paying like lawyers' fees, you got to think that they've already calculated that it's worth it to pay the lawyer fees. They're not going broke, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to break it to you, but these people that you watch on like YouTube clips of like live streamer drama and like all the money they're paying on like lawyers' fees and stuff, they're glad to pay those because not, but to get it over with. It's like, you got to realize they've already factored that into their budget. You're still bad at reading chat? What are you talking about? Some things never change. The only trailers in the future are for YouTube special. Oh no, like trailers, not a trailer in and of itself. I think I don't want to set foot in a trailer anytime soon, but like a good trailer that doesn't have mold in it and doesn't have my dad in it. That's like the main part of it. The depravity of the situation was the trailer itself was not the problem. If it was just a trailer, it would just be a trailer. It'd be like, oh yeah, like I'll be in my trailer. Is like, if you're like a Hollywood actress, like going to your trailer is like a sign of like, oh shit, like you're like an actor. And so like an actor goes back in the trailer to prepare for the role. What do you think they're doing? They're probably like looking at their face in the mirror, looking at how they like say that sentence. Or like, oh, should I say it this way? The director wanted me to say it this way. I want to like, make sure I pull it off. Ideally, you'd work with the director 24/7. But the director cannot divide themselves infinitely, okay? They only have a certain amount of time to work with the actors, okay? They can't be working with you the whole time. Ideally, they would be in the trailer with you, like in your bed. Like they'd be like sleeping in the same bed to like say, okay, are you sleeping? Are you thinking about the character? I want you to be imagining what your character would be thinking when they go to bed. And they like pop open like a beer and they start drinking. And they're like, just like the whole night they're telling you a story about like backstory to your character. And, like, and you're like drinking a warm glass of milk to go to bed. Like, I forgot what we're talking about, but I like it. Can you tell I'm caffeinated? Got some caffeinated lemonade. Yeah, wanting to live my life to the fullest once I transitioned was a huge part of it. Yeah, I remember your whole story is also a whole thing. Throughout the course of these past 7 years, since you found my Twitch chat in 2019, you went through your own, like, story arc. Guarana? Why do you say Guarana like that? Because it's pronounced Guarana, but I say Guarana. I say Guarana instead of Guarana. It's actually pronounced Guarana, like Guarana. Like Guarana. Guarana. It's from like the Amazon rainforest naturally, but they do cultivate it in like farms, like kind of more like, artificial environments and such, like, like normal agricultural, production. Like, you're not, yeah, there's certain brands that are only available in like Brazil. Or was it Argentina? Yeah, there's definitely some that are only available in Brazil that are like grown out in like the natural habitat that are like way more expensive, but you could just get the mass-produced ones that are like, oh, they use herbicides. It's like, well, dude, they're not going to do something that's going to contaminate their product, okay? Like, they're going to try their best not to, at least. You may not agree with whether they're effective or not, but somebody agrees. Some government regulator came in and said, this is good enough to sell to people in the marketplace. And so, it's not just a marketplace of ideas, it's a marketplace of actual commerce. There's like products, and some of those products are tangible, some of those aren't. Some of them are like consulting, right? Like consulting isn't like a tangible product, but people can like deal in consulting commerce every single day. Technically, we're consulting right now. Like Mux, you came into my YouTube chat and you consulted me on a topic. You're gonna have to start paying for that. Watching my stream isn't enough. You need to subscribe to my Patreon. If you want to actually, like, DM me. I'm just kidding. I mean, am I? I mean, I'm not gonna, like, charge people to DM me. They're welcome to do so if they want a higher priority, but, I'm not gonna, like, require people to, you know, there's a certain behavior on social media I don't engage in unless I'm getting paid for it. There's, like reading DMs from fans, right? There's, like, certain places on the internet that are specifically designed for that function. I don't know what it could be. I think it's something involving fans. So, like, that is a certain demographic of my viewers that I don't want to DM them. So if I'm going to read their DMs, I'm going to interact with them in only that context. Because it's easier for me. And also it gives them what they want more. And I get money for it. So, if someone really wants to, but I'm not going to DM about business on OnlyFans, okay? Like, I'm not going to, like, oh, hey, Rebecca, I watch your stream on Twitch. Like, no, I'm not going to, that's like a fan house. That's for, like, stream fans. I'm not going to use Snapchat to talk to my fans. You will never catch me ever in a million years actually using Snapchat to directly communicate with a fan. Like, nobody does that. It wouldn't really be because it's a fan. It would be because it would be somebody I already knew in real life. And it's like, but I don't use Snapchat for that kind of communication. I use an actual, like, text. Like, that's a different situation. That's like my private life. For, like, my public life, I don't DM on Instagram unless it's a professional account, and only if it's, like, a legitimate professional account. Like, if it's, like, some random, like, account that says, like, oh, I make videos, and it's, like, all AI videos. It's, like, literally no face, and then they do upload a profile picture, but it's clearly an AI generated person. It's like they got some kind of, like, political thing going on. They got a bunch of stuff in their profile about, like, oh, I'm a dog mom. You know, she, her pronouns. Like, they put pronouns. They put, even if they're not trans, like, they just, you know, they do, like, oh, I'm, like, a Gemini. I'm, you know, central moderate or whatever. I'm an independent, like, I'm a libertarian, or, you know, like, whatever the hell phase of political belief they're going through. I'm not gonna accept a DM on Instagram from an account like that. Discord is even harder. You'd have to actually be involved in the games that I play. If you played Final Fantasy XI in my server, in my link shell, then you would be able to talk to me in Discord, but it would only be about Final Fantasy XI. I mean, I can't promise that, but, like, you know, but that's, like, that's a different world. That's not my content creation world. That's, like, the video game part of it. If you want to be a part of my video game world, get Final Fantasy XI Ultimate Seekers Edition on Steam and join Fenrir, which is the server I rolled this character on. My other server was Sylph, but I don't want to play a character with my real name in it. So I made that character, like, when I was, like, going through my transition, and I was really trying to lock on to my new identity. So I made a character with my real name on it, because I'm like, I'm gonna own it. This is my name. If you play a character with your real name on it, I feel like that's more meaningful than actually getting the legal name change, because I got the legal name change. But to actually live as your name is something that takes years. Like, we lived with our previous name since birth, right? Beautiful DTF? Oh, yeah. Well, there's Tinder. Okay, but Tinder's a different story. Or Hinge, or whatever the fuck version that you think is better. They're all the same. Dating apps are for one thing and one thing only. Checking to see if you're attractive. No, I mean, it's literally if you want to hook up and you're willing to take a gamble on some random stranger. And you're gonna, like, if they give you, like, kind of, you know, green flags, like, oh, they want to meet in public first and, you know, in a group, like, okay, that's a little different. Well, you also have to think that I'm, like, you know, I'm polyamorous, and I'm kinky. Okay, so I'm gonna meet people in a group setting in a very, like, you know, kind of like a family friendly setting. It's gonna be like people just having dinner at, like, Mary's Pizza or something, or like Round Table or some shit. Like, it's gonna be like a group of people in public, like, just having, like, pizza and beer, or something like that. And then later they decide, hey, we have an event coming up, and then they invite you. Like, that's kind of how that world works, when sex is casual. It's not like this, like, weird, like, we're gonna meet at midnight when the clock strikes midnight at the highest tower of the castle, and we all remove our robes and we have bird masks. Like, because we haven't had sex in 10 years. Because they're like 80 years old and they're part of, like, some weird, like, stonemason bullshit where sex is so demonized that they can only have sex in ritualistic sacrifice or some shit. Well, there's a dating app for that too. Are you a depraved sex-starved, depraved lunatic? Meet other people like you. You found dating app which is different? Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of different dating apps. The app doesn't... the app is just a front, okay? Like every time you think of, like, a product, you have to realize that it's just that particular version of the product. Like, Pepsi. Is it really that much different than Coca-Cola? Like, think about it. Think about it, CJ. What did I just scroll into? An intense debate about marketing. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Pepsi and Coca-Cola, and I mean, I know it's a hot take, but RC Cola, they all taste the same. Okay, yeah, there's slight differences in the recipe, whatever. But essentially, a dating app is a dating app, okay? Like, Tinder is the same as Grindr, is the same as Hinge, is the same as Bumblebee Captain, or whatever the other fucking one is. Like, whatever the hell you're using, right? Like, whatever the hell dating app you're using, there's only one reason to do so, is to check to see if people are interested in you. And if they are, if you're willing to meet somebody from a dating app, you're really confident that that person is, like, safe to meet before you decide to, you know, have sex with them. I feel like there's more people that are safe than aren't. Like, I know it's a hot take, but there's a lot of yellow and red flags that lead you to avoid the worst types of people. Or I guess maybe I'm the worst person to listen to this, because my solution is to just not date. And now I'm single and alone forever. Okay, no, I'm polyamorous, so it's like I can do. I'm my own individual, and I have lots of friends, and I want to meet more friends that like to be, you know, have fun times, you know. But that is to be determined, because, you know, you can't, you gotta meet people, you gotta see how those situations go, you know, like, there's all sorts of stuff that goes into dating, especially in the polyamory. I'm new to the polyamory and kink world, so, you know, that's like a new world to me, and it's a private world, so, you know, I don't talk about it much on stream. It's a little bit out of the scope of what I talk about on my stream. It is part of my life in the sense that, you know, it's my sexuality. I don't think sex is a big shameful thing. I don't think that sex is, or, you know, like, sensuality in general, like masturbation, I don't think those things are shameful. I don't think they're disgusting. I think as long as you understand like boundaries and consent and what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, like, you know, don't be weird. You know, don't be a pest. Like, don't be like making people uncomfortable. Like, but if you're with people that like really like you and like you like them and you're like really comfortable with each other and you communicate and you're like able to be like, you know what, let's just hang out naked. And like that to me is not a big deal. Like, we're born naked. Why are we so weird about it? I'm just like, we're literally born without clothes on. And then we do wear clothes because it's convenient, because it's like, I don't want to be outside without any kind of like, you know, protecting things from bouncing around. Like, you know, like I want to be more compact when I'm like out and actually doing stuff. But like, why like feel so much shame about things that feel natural? Like being with another person closely, platonically. Yeah, polycule of one. Exactly. You don't date at all? Yeah, and you know, that's actually like a choice. You know, this is a safe space for you. You know, I'm not going to require my viewers to be in a relationship with somebody to be respectable. Like, you are who you are. You're allowed to be who you are. And like, you're not going to be ashamed for having the desires you have. Obviously within reason. Like, if you're going to be like really nasty in the chat, you're probably going to get muted and given a warning. Like, I don't want like people doing nasty stuff in the chat. That's for a different stream. That's like a different channel. I don't know which one, but I heard there's a few different channels where that's okay. But I'm not gonna like engage with that in the same way that I engage with it here. It's a very different universe. Okay, like I engage with that type of chat differently. I know what those people are thinking at that time. It's very straightforward to me. It's something I'm very good at. And so then it comes to a matter of like, okay, well, now that you know that you're good at something, the real question and the only question that actually matters, how do I want to engage with this progress? That is a question of, you know what? I have like a whole like spreadsheet of things I need to get in order. And I should just spend a solid chunk of like the year putting that information into like an actual like document. And then spending the next 5 years of my life working through that spreadsheet. Because I know what can happen in 5 years. I spent 5 years of my life in that trailer on Twitch and streaming on Twitch, but also like, you know, working with my doctors, getting my like, you know, legal stuff like for SSI, for name change, for my transition related stuff like my surgeries. That all took 5 years, and by the end of those 5 years, I had a fucking vagina. Okay, so it worked. I know what can be done in 5 years. I have lived it. I can repeat it better this time. I need to like workshop the fuck out of that and then execute on it daily for the next 5 years and see how much further along I get in my life. That is the next adventure. I want to see what I can do about my modeling career, about my acting career, about my writing career, about my music career, about my chess career, about my video gaming career, like on Final Fantasy XI and World of Warcraft and like League of Legends. Like, what if I joined a League of Legends team? That's the only situation I would play League of Legends is if I was getting paid for it. Like, if not paid in like sponsorships, paid in like I was put on a team and I had a coach and we had regular like meetings and we had content collaborations and we had like sponsors. That's like the only situation I would ever play League of Legends again. I wouldn't just play League of Legends on stream again, really. Not unless there was like a very good incentive to do so. Like, Like one of my friends wanted to play it. They're like, I really want to play League of Legends. I won't play anything else. Well, that's probably not going to happen because my friends are like, hey, let's play Fantasy 11. Hey, let's play chess. Hey, let's play, Deep Rock Galactic. Hey, let's play Nuclear Throne. We're going to play Nuclear Throne later, by the way. Next time I set up a more high production version of the stream. Maybe tonight? I want to have like an evening stream where I just play casual, like indie games. Maybe every Tuesday night. Throwaway Tuesday. No, it's not Throwaway Tuesday. Oh no, she named it. Oh no. She can never change the name again. She named it. What is she talking about? I don't know. But what I do know is we need to level up to level 50. We're level 49 already. Well, as soon as we hit level 50, we need to cap. Oh, we don't need to cap, but we're going to get some buffer. And then we need to actually go do missions and quests. There's only so much we can do because there's a limit break at level 50 that until I can go further. And then we have to do that again at 55. And then we have to do it at 60. And then 65. And then 70. And then 75. And then 80. And then 85. And then 90. And then 95. And then we're done once we get level 99. And then we can use our sparks to purchase level 113 gear. Or level 107 gear, I think. No, I think there's level 113 gear. And we're going to finally have our first iLevel gear on Warrior. Once we hit level 99... and I slap on that basic Sparks gear. That's like entry-level gear. I'm officially at iLevel. Once I get there, the game changes significantly. Things that were incredibly tough are now suddenly incredibly easy prey. It's like a new, like when you check a mob, it says incredibly easy prey. That means it's giving you XP, but it's so weak that it may as well be like too weak because you're so much higher level than it. It's a weird system for the level 99. That's why they have the level 99 cap instead of just keep going up. You're still technically level 99 even when you have iLevel. So once you're level 99, you're level 99 forever. Now you do get master levels and item levels. Item levels the first thing you get. Eventually you get master levels. And every 5 master levels, you get an additional sub-job increase. The maximum level at level 99 for your sub-job is 49. But, because you're level 99. But, every 5 master levels, that goes up. Up until 59. So, by the time you're master level 50, you will have a level 59 sub-job. Which doesn't sound like a lot. It's 10 levels. But that's... I feel like you get additional stats, first and foremost. You get additional abilities. Like White Mage, for example, has Divine Veil. That means you use /White Mage, use Divine Seal, now you get Divine Veil as a job trait. Because that was like normally level 55. And as a level 99, you would never have access to that. And then they did master levels, and now suddenly you're level 59 White Mage as your sub-job. That is how retail has gone the past, like, 20 years. It is a very different game, and once you start the game and you start summoning trusts, I'm sorry, but you're not even past West Ronfer yet. Like, if you just hit level 99, you basically just got to Juno. Like, that's how you got to think about retail when you compare it to, like, classic level 75 era. When you play, like, on Horizon or on the new open beta server Phoenix. But when you play on Horizon, if you compare that to retail, you're going to be really let down because retail looks really stupid compared to that. Because it's like, oh, I can just summon trusts. I can get to level 99 in like a day. That's not quite true. It takes like a month. But besides that, even if that were the case, you're not understanding the scale yet. You want those trusts, because if you didn't have them, you'd be spending like years like trying to get to level 99. But the thing is, once you get to level 99, you basically just set foot in Valkyrie Dunes. Like, you just got iLevel. You don't have anything upgraded. You don't have any, like, you can be maximum, I think, of like iLevel, like combined level of iLevel and master levels. I think you can be like, now currently in current day retail, I don't know what the exact number is, but I think it's iLevel 180. I don't actually know. You'd have to ask Velner. He probably knows. HorizonXI, he's a YouTuber. That's too structured for my ADHD brain. Making a list is a surefire way of making me forget the list exists. Yeah, but I'm trying to work on it. Like, you know, keep getting back up and dusting yourself off, trying again to do the thing, instead of just saying, oh, this doesn't work for me. Well, I don't know that yet. And why would I be so arrogant in my ways to think that I, Rebecca Lauren, am so perfect that I don't, you know, like, I don't know. A skewed sense of what doing weird things in chat means. Oh, well, I think it's just, it's to me, it's weird that people go up to streamers and ask for their Instagram because they think that they can actually Instagram DM them. They're like, oh, I got their cell phone number. No, you didn't. You got their Instagram profile. They're a content creator. They're a live streamer. That's literally their, like, product. Like, that's the same thing everybody has. It's open to the public. Why do you think them giving you your Instagram profile now means that you have a shot at, like, oh, hey, you want to go get some dinner later? Like, dude, they didn't ask you for dinner. They gave you their public Twitch profile. Like, they gave you their Instagram profile. They were trying to, like, you know, oh, you're a fan, you know, hey, can I follow you on Instagram? You're like, sure, because you want everyone to follow you on Instagram. I don't understand what can get in someone's mind that they think that it's not even about whether or not someone is in your league. They're thinking about this completely wrong. It's not about that. It's that the scenario is just completely not aligned with what their expectations are. Like, that's not the situation. It's not like you met this person out in public, they were talking with you, they obviously want to talk to you. They're like having drinks with you, they're like laughing with you. They say like, hey, and they're like smiling at you, like sideways. And they're like, hey, want to go for a walk? And then you go for a walk, and then you sober up, and then you're like, hey, like, I want to hang out more. You want to go like crash on my couch or something? And then it's like, that's a different story than somebody's like out in public. They don't even know you. They have their own plans for the evening already, and you don't know what those plans are. It could be professional, it could be personal, it's none of your business. But it's just like, then some random viewer comes around and says like, hey, by the way, like, you know, can I get your Instagram? Like, and then they DM you later, they're like, hey, what's up? What you doing? It's like, dude, what are you trying to do? You think that's not the right context for that conversation. You're never going to talk to that person for the rest of your life. If that, like, that's like, it's like, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that with viewers. There's a different situation where that's going to happen. It's not going to be because somebody showed up from my live stream. Hey, Rebecca, I was on your live stream, and now I'm talking to you in public without your knowledge. Out of nowhere. In the middle of my evening. With my real life friends off stream. Like, do you understand? Like, the situation is not in your favor, bro. It's not even about what, like, these people, they think that, like, it's a game. They think if they just try harder. It's like, it's not like that. It's like, the fact, it's a huge red flag to someone that someone, like, sees someone living their life out in public and they think that they're going to be involved in it just because they watch their stream. Like, I'm not going to be involved with any of these like they're like they may as well be cartoon characters to me, because I only see them on YouTube. I know they're real people. Obviously, everyone's a real person. But like, I'm not going to expect them to like hang out with me, not unless there was something in it for them, which that's a different story. I'm not going to expect that. But like, if I'm going to make if someone's talking to me and they're like in the business world, they're going to make something from me. And that's a good sign, because that tells me I'm doing a good thing. I'm doing the right thing. So that would be information for me saying that I'm a good businesswoman. But that's a different reality. Okay, like we're not there. Okay, some dudes in self-awareness is like oil and water. Oh, the thing is, I think that's like a cop-out answer. I know a lot of people like me and you and a lot of women and a lot of men. They talk about men like this and they just say, oh, they're just losers. Oh, they're just, like, and yeah, they are losers. But that's I want to go further than that. Like, what is actually the disconnect? I feel like a lot of these men are kind of like their whole spiel, like their whole identity is based on a lie that they were told while they were growing up by men who were like they looked up to. All their world beliefs are told through like, oh yeah, like, my uncle, he was always telling these jokes and like he was always getting laid, and like they like idolize like some family member that's like an older like a male authority figure, and they respect that guy, but then they confuse the behavior with the lessons, and it's like they think that a real man has to like belch and like not shower and like has to like lift weights and has to like shoot guns and like, like they think that's what being a man means. And they think if they're that women are just going to be attracted to them just because they're awesome. But like, think about it this way. If you see some like, Instagram chick, she's got like crazy makeup, she's like super pretty, like probably has had work done on her face and such. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just like, you see her and she goes up to a guy and just says like, hey, want to go back to my place? And he's like, no, sorry, I'm married. And then she's like pissed off. She's like, oh, I guess I'm ugly. Like, dude, it has nothing to do with you. Okay, a lot of these men seem to understand when we apply these rules to women, but when we like do the male version of that, they're like, oh shit, no, that's different. It's like, you think it's consumerism? They view all interactions as business transactions and believe they're owed something. I think that's it too. I think all of us are like that to an extent. Like, if I go on a date, it's me, Rebecca Lauren, going to meet somebody. It is my experience, but it's not just my experience. In fact, it's not even it's not even the partner's experience either. We're going into the world as two individuals at the same time in the same geographic location with other people who are also doing that. There's like a public life, there's like public places, there's people who are living their own lives, and they might not like how like some streamer comes in with like a selfie stick and like a camera crew and walks through a restaurant and like says, can you believe I went to a place like this? Is dump. And they're like farting, like like they have like TTS hooked up to a speaker, and it's like fart noises. Like people are donating to like that person. I think they should not be surprised when they get banned from the restaurant for life. Okay. Like if you like, that person should not be surprised. Like some kick streamer, right? Like it's just some random person, some dude comes in, no shoes, not wearing a shirt, going like 6'7", 6'7", and like has like a camera crew, lights, microphones, camera, streamer backpack. It's an IRL stream. They got like 100 people outside the business that only want to come in to see you. You're like, hey, you're gonna better tip them like thousands of dollars that night. Like, hey, we shut down your restaurant for the whole evening, basically. How about we just rent out the restaurant for the evening? And it's like, well, that's different. But that's something you do beforehand. That's not something you do as like a, oh, hey, I didn't intend, like, you should have planned on that. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's one of those things. Okay, so I need to warp back. I was gonna get, oh, no, are these giving, these are 2 weak now. I'm not getting any experience from these. We need to just warp. Yeah, I think it's just like they think that if they put effort into something that they're owed a reward. I think it's not just men, but I think it's really prominent in like male culture. It's like, hey, I put in 2 hours of effort to build you this. And they're like, hey, I didn't ask you to do that. Like opening doors for people, for example. Like nobody's asking you to go up in front of somebody and open the door to like a building just because they're a woman or for any reason. Like they're elderly or like, what are you expecting? Like you're doing it because you thought it was the right thing to do. Okay, but like, what are you like expecting? Are you expecting that person to like have a conversation with you? Because that's pretty presumptuous. Maybe that's what you're fishing for, but don't like delude yourself into thinking that you're not looking for a conversation, right? Like if you go up, you want recognition. You want like, oh, I want people to know that I'm someone who opens doors for people. Like, okay, dude, go to therapy. Like, 'cause I'm not your therapist. I'm just trying to live my life. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this interaction. Like, if you're, like, let's use the example of, like, let's say you're a famous Twitch streamer or something, and you're female. And you're out in public, and you're with your friends, or you're even just by yourself. You're just, like, out grocery shopping. And then some fan sees you. And they, like, go up to you and they say, like, oh, hey, Rebecca. And I'm like, yeah? And they're like, hey, I know you from Twitch. And I'm like, oh, cool. And like, or I might be like, you know, because I'm basically like, I didn't expect that to happen. I'm not looking for an interaction with a viewer. Otherwise I would be streaming. You know, like I would have my camera set up and such. And not that I'm like gonna immediately like be like a complete asshole to a viewer. I would be very suspect if a viewer sought me out. Because I'm like, I'm not a famous person. If somebody came to my town and actually met me in public because they think that that means that they can be my friend, I'm like, dude, that's a really red flag. Why would I ever want to be friends with someone like that? And it's kind of a conundrum because at some point you have to kind of say, okay, you know what? I am going to actually go out and invite my viewers to a public event that is open to the public and actually meet my viewers. And that would be fun. Like a gather together for Horizon, right? They have the gather together in Chicago that just happened. What if they had a gather together over here in the West Coast? That would be fun. Like, what if we went to San Jose or something? And I stayed in a hotel. It's the consent. Yeah, like it's not about one person. It's not a transaction. There's two people involved, but you have to understand when you're talking to another person, you're not just talking to that person. You're talking to their universe. Their whole entire social circle is also with them. Their family, their parents, their brothers and sisters, their constituents, you know, their voters, you know, their believers, their true fans. You're not just talking to an individual. Fans, listen, if you see them IRL, come up, say hello, then take a hike. No, I mean, it's not about that. It's just like, hey, you know, within reason, right? Like if I'm a fan, like if I saw S-Fan, for example, S-Fan is a Twitch streamer. He's pretty famous. He's in like OTK. If I saw him in public and he wasn't streaming or he was streaming, those are two different scenarios. I'd be like, hey, S-Fan, like, and then he'd be like, oh, hey. And I was like, I'd be like, hey, I'm sorry to bother you. You know, I'm Rebecca. I didn't expect to see you here. I just wanted to say hi. And then I would say, you know, like, and maybe like, hey, is it all right if I get a picture with you? That's like, you know, I feel like he's talked about this before. It's hard to ask somebody that. I don't know if, I mean, I should. I think he would. But if he said no, I wouldn't like push it. I'd be like, okay, yeah, sorry I asked. You know, like I don't know the rules on those kind of things. That would be cool to get a picture with S-Fan. I would ask him permission on if I could post it. He may or may not. That's the thing, is like, but I'm a fan. I'm not like a personal friend of his. Like, I wouldn't be like, hey, want to go hiking? Like, want to go play video games? Like, I like how Ludwig was like, I am not your friend. Because this is not about fame. Because even me, I'm not a famous person. Okay, I have like 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Okay, 1,300 of you. You guys are awesome. But let's just be real. Let's not be delusional. I am not a famous person. But I think those rules still apply to someone like me. And not just me, but others. So I feel like other people should be treated as if they were, like, it doesn't matter if you have 1 viewer or 1 million viewers. I'm not going to go up to someone just because I watched their stream. That's creepy. Unless it was like, hey, you're famous. This makes sense. This interaction makes sense. It's not like I was like stalking you. I like randomly saw you in public. I didn't even know you were going to be there. Or it was a public event where he invited fans. But I would have, I'd get in line. I'd talk to other fans. Who knows what would go on with those. Maybe I'd make some friends who are also fans. And maybe they'd want to go get a drink or something. Like, we can go get an energy drink and then play some Tekken. That sounds like an awesome day. I want to play Tekken. Not right now, but like, that'd be cool to like be out and like at the fighting the fighting game convention. What is it called? It's not. What is it called? Halo? No, it's called Evo. The Evo fighting games tournament conference. So like I would sign up for Tekken and Street Fighter. At the very least. And 2XKO. I don't even care if I'm going to do badly. I would just go enter the tournament anyway. It's like a tournament ladder. So you have like nothing to lose. As soon as you get, some of those are knockout tournaments. Some of those are like, some of those might be like Swiss, where you just play all your rounds anyway, even if you lose like immediately. I think I'm pretty decent at Tekken. I think I could, I think if I practice for sure. But like if I had like a month or two before the tournament, I think I could put in some good time on Nina for Tekken 8. A consensual selfie. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to go be like a paparazzi. Okay, I'm not going to like follow S-Fan around in the bushes. I'm not going to be like taking pictures from afar. First of all, I feel like if at any time someone like S-Fan or anyone in his circle was like, hey, like, do you think you could like, not be so like, like, I think we need to like, keep some distance or something. I would never even like, I would never want to push that far to even have that conversation. But if that conversation were to occur, I'd be like, oh, no problem. Like, have a great day. And I would leave and I would go about my life. Because first of all, it's not even about what other people think, because if something like that happened, word's going to get around and nobody's going to want to be around me. And I'm like a content creator myself. It's kind of in my best interest not to be a creep. Okay. But besides that, because that's one thing, it's just a personal credo. Like, I don't want to be a weirdo. I know what it's like to have people that have known you. Like, I've had people like, here's an example. I've been to college. Every now and then, have you run to somebody that you were in like your math class with? And you were like, it was a good math class and you interacted with that person, but it was in the context of math class. And so after math class, you're like out with your friends at night, like at a party, and they see you and they're like, hey, I know you from math class. Okay. And then it's like, but if they like want to hang out with you, like, I mean, that's a vibe that you'd have to pick up in the moment. But now, if you were like out like at the bank and you're like doing your errands and they happen to see you in the line at the grocery store, they're like, oh, hey, and they like try to have like a conversation with you, I'm going to be a little bit like kind of distanced. I'm going to be like, oh, hey, yeah, how's it going? I know, yeah, we know, oh, yeah, from math class. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, I got stuff to do. Like that's basically my script. That's how I've always been. I'm not even a famous person. I did that in my like personal life. Like for my like, I guess I am kind of famous, like, in my hometown. I wouldn't say that, but, the point I'm trying to make is maybe I'm overthinking things, but I think it is like a personal credo of mine not to interact with my fans too intimately. Because I do have fans, and some of those people keep wanting to find out where I live. And I'm like, dude, we're not gonna sleep together, okay? Like, they think that because they watched a video of mine and they got excited about it, that means that we have a chance at me being their girlfriend. I'm like, dude, I know I'm not famous, but that doesn't mean I'm just gonna be, like, hanging out with people who are watching my videos. Like, I it's like, that's weird. If you're watching my videos, I'm sorry, that does not qualify you as, like, somebody I want to talk to. In fact, that actually kind of makes it less likely for me to want to talk to you, in some ways. Unless there's a different story. Like if I see you in a professional setting and we're working together and it's collaborative, and then after, pretty long after we get paid, if we happen to run into each other or contact each other or you know, have a mutual interest, that is a different story. But that is not something you should be shooting for. Like, just the fact that these kind of people, and it's usually men, they go into a situation aiming for it. They're like, hey, if I shoot my shot, maybe I can date Emiru or some shit. Like, that's weird. Stop that shit. This isn't a game. This is a human being. Be a human, okay? Stop treating your life like it's a game, okay? I know that you probably watched some YouTuber dude who was like, hey, bro, you want gains? You gotta go to the gym. You gotta get a hammer and hit your skull, and like because this is what women are attracted to. Like, dude, that's not how real life works. We're not in, like, the animal kingdom, okay? We're not like lions on the savannah, like, chasing after gazelle, okay? Like, we're human beings and we're just normal. Stop being weird. Like, the fact that these people are going to a convention and going up to a live streamer in line, waiting their turn, and then going up and acting like it's like that person's gonna go out with you. I don't understand the delusion that you think that there's any realm of possibility that that person would, like, act on that. Like, Emiru is gonna, like, respond to some. It doesn't matter if you're, like, a multi-millionaire. You're still just a fan. Like, you can't just throw money at someone and expect them to, like, love you. You want to spend time with me? I gave you $1 million. I own you. No, you don't. You gave me $1 million. That was your choice. I don't owe you anything unless I agreed to it. And even then, everything's negotiable. So it's like if you gave me $1 million and you said, now I own you. No, you don't. Sorry. I didn't agree to that. And then I would just, like, buy a car and drive away. It's like, I mean, with $1 million, there'd be a pretty straightforward action plan from there. You know, I'd go, you know, put money in a couple of different bank accounts, just standard savings accounts. And I would think about opening up maybe a few, you know, CDs, possibly even a small, very small, like maybe even only $1,000 small, of a money market account, just to play with. And then I would I would figure out what to do with the long-term spending of that money, like, and then use those savings accounts, a maximum of $500,000, as, like, okay, these are, like, potential investments, and I need those to always exist, because life always has things that come out of nowhere, and you wish you had, like, a big safety net to go work on it. Galka top 4. Yeah, this is 117. This is a fresh level 99, basically. The SBL set, you get it from your Sparks NPC. I don't know where Sanctity Necklace came from. That's a pretty good but still a white belt. So he's probably gonna need to get his, gonna start working on his black belt first. Is what I'm guessing. If he still has a white belt. Fresh level 99, just got 117 gear with Sparks. Still has a white belt. He has a journey ahead of him. He's gonna go collect black belt. Or whatever other belt monk starts with. I'm pretty sure it's black belt. Like, that sounds like a standard monk thing, right? Like, if you're playing monk, you want a black belt. Okay, let's go to Juno and let's start our limit break quest. Nope. I haven't even gotten all of the home points in Juno yet. Some people that yeah, like you're at a waitress, you're at like a TGI Fridays or something, and you're out with your friends. You order a food, like the waitress comes up, she smiles, and then she walks away after you take your order, and then you lean into your friend and be like, "Yo, you think I got a shot with her?" It's like, dude, why are you asking your friend? She's the one that only her opinion matters. But like, if you're too afraid to ask her, maybe that should tell you something. That either maybe you're a pussy, or maybe it's because you don't feel comfortable asking her because it's weird. Because you're at a restaurant and she's at work, and like she's just trying to smile because that's her job. She doesn't like owe you anything just because you're spending money at the restaurant. And this idea that people think that that it's appropriate to flirt with like somebody who is like, they literally can't leave. They're required to serve you unless you're doing something like that will get, like, obviously if you're like touching and groping and stuff, that's different. You're gonna go to jail. Like, you're definitely gonna get kicked out of the restaurant. Just like the context matters, and it's like the delusion comes from the fact that these guys. Oh, we got a cutscene. A crystalline prophecy. I say, do you see that? Hmm. It looks like, but could it truly be a giant crystal? This light, it's like nothing I've ever seen. Aldo, whatever could this mean? I haven't a clue, Verena, but I'd wager it doesn't bode well for us. What could this mean, brother? Is it some sort of omen? I only wish I had answers for you, Clady. One thing is for certain, though. We've not seen the likes of this crystal before. That otherworldly light. Could it be a visitant from paradise? It all began with a stone. Or so the legend says. Shh! Listen, do you hear something? Do my ears deceive me? This ethereal voice. It's coming from the crystal. The crystal is singing? The beckoning call of a preternatural stone. The beckoning call of a preternatural stone. I'll be damned if I know where that slab of rock came from, or what it's doing here. But one thing's for sure, there's no ordinary energy it's giving off. In ages past, a sentient jewel, enormous and beautiful. No, I don't like the looks of this one bit. Banished the darkness. Its many-colored light filled the world with life and brought forth mighty gods. I sense such immense power. This crystal harbors an unbelievably strong will. It would seem that we've got ourselves another troublesome situation on our hands. Troublesome. And we so face a most curious plight. What a perfect occasion for me to brandish my intellectual might. Oh! Stand back. You must not draw near. Star Sybil. That thing, you must not approach it. It is not meant to exist in this world. Not meant to exist in our world? But that means... that stone, it is... No! The horror, the pain, love will be the ruin of us all. Star Sybil? Mysterious figure. Bathed in that light, the world entered an age of bliss, until, after a time, the gods fell into slumber. That world was called Vanadil. Our world. Vanadil. A crystalline prophecy, ode of life bestowing. Only on Final Fantasy XI Online. Make sure to get the Ultimate Seekers Edition today on Steam, and you'll get some bonus items, including a Chocobo Destrier, which gives you bonuses until level 31. Love will tear us apart. Again, love will tear us apart. What the? What am I doing here? Why, I could have sworn I just saw a... Must just be my old noggin playing tricks on me again. Good heavens, this is no time for daydreaming. I must get back to work before the master scolds me. Aldo, was that... No, it wasn't a dream, Verena. I saw it too, plain as day. A massive crystal floating majestically, and yet somehow ominously, like a star in the sky. Blissful and unaware, as if they have no recollection of what they saw mere moments ago. Not even a fleeting memory of that enormous jewel. And its many colored lights. I'm like, what's going on here? What the heck? Everyone's frozen. You know what that means. Did you see them, lady? The many colored beams of light? Did you hear the ancient song? That was the memory of the crystal, the Memoria de la Stona, the song of ages past that heralded the birth of the gods. And yet, look at the townsfolk around you. How strange. It's as if they never noticed a thing. Or perhaps they did, but don't recall. No memory of what they heard and saw. How curious indeed. Doesn't this make you wonder, lady? Aren't you troubled by what you're seeing? Don't you wonder what's happening to your precious Vanadil? Like it or not, it would seem you've been chosen. Chosen by the echo of the crystal. Chosen for what, you ask? That's not for me to say. Sure, you could just turn and walk away from your fate. But if you care for the future of your world, seek out the seed spell Lux, the seed spell Luna, and the seed spell Ostrom. What are they? Why, the rays of light you just saw, of course, or what remains of them at least. Raining down from the heavens, they settled in forests, marshes, and mountains. Where did the crystal come from? For what purpose has it come to our world? Where did the crystal come from? For what purpose has it come to our world? Open your ears to the echo of the ancient melody, and you just might find the answers you seek. I'll be waiting for you at Quiffam Island. Bring the shards to me there, and we will see what mysteries they hold. And now, you'd best be on your way, adventurer. It would appear that the wheels have long since been set in motion. By the way, you can call me Aldo. You? Oh, I know you all too well, Mahura. Do take care now. Oh, shit. The adult that you saw earlier, the other blonde guy that was like in a big suit, that's also Aldo. So that boy is young Aldo. Ooh, storyline. Let's go. Okay, we need to get to Relude Gardens. Oh, I probably should grab my home points in Juneau. Yeah, Quiffim or Kufim, whatever you want to call it. I've always called it Quiffim. Like Queef. No, or it's like Kufim. I always call it Quiffim. It's Qufim. Right there. Yeah, get the home point. Then we need to go to Relude Gardens. We need to go talk to Matt. Because Matt gives us our limit break quest. So we can get past level 50. I need to do my rank missions. I also need to do my artifact quests. I think I might wait till level 60 to do those, though. And just use those until level 99. I'm going to upgrade them to iLevel later on. So you need them anyway. But that's not till much later. We need a lot of content unlocked before we can start upgrading armor to iLevel. Because basically the level 60 artifact set, you can turn that into level 75, and then you can turn it into level 80, 85, 90, 95, and then 99, and then iLevel. And it gets augmented, and it turns into an actual piece of gear that you want. And you use them in different situations. So you basically set up a Lua script that has different sets of gear for gear swap. It's an add-on that basically it'll automatically equip gear to optimize the stats for whatever you're doing. So like there's one for when you're just idle. There's one for when you want to prevent taking damage, and you can toggle to that. There's one where you want to maximize on evasion, and you can toggle to that. But if you're doing that, it'll automatically idle to those specific like types of stats. And when you do a weapon skill, it'll switch stats to maximize that specific weapon skill and stuff like that. Are there rank missions and file missions? Rank and file? What is this, chess? Well, well, you've come quite far, but you've still got a long way to go. Do you know about the people here? Well, don't take this personally, but to them you're just a tiny little bug, and I'm the one who trains them. Yeah, you can call me a teacher. I'm sure you've ambitions of your own, right? If you want to break the barriers within you, you'll have to pass my test. What do you say? At once. Very good. Gather these. A piece of ancient papyrus, a clump of X-ray mold, and a chunk of bomb coal. Well, get to it. Okay, yeah, now we gotta go farm those. We gotta go to Garliach Citadel for the bomb coal. We gotta go to Battaglia Downs, and then I think we can use Unity warps, actually. I'm also gonna farm coffers while I'm at it. So basically what I can do is there's kind of a cheat code here where you go to your home point, you go to, I choose Bastock Markets at the number 1 home point, the entrance. And there's an NPC here that will warp you to Unity locations. So Unity is a system where you go to certain locations and you trade Unity accolades or whatever for pops. Like it basically pops it's a pop system. You go to the spot, you set up a quest here in your records of eminence. So you go to objective list, you go to content, or no, you go to Unity, and you go to like wanted, and you select the one that you're fighting. Like this is like subjugation, Keeper of Hellington. Defeat the Keeper of Hellington, which resides in the Sanctuary of Zeta at J11, K9, J10. The requisite number of times. So basically, you need to be iLevel 122 for this. It tells you recommended level. It costs 1,800 Unity accolades, and you can only spend 99,999 per week. Once you've spent all the accolades for the week, you have to wait till the next week. So you can't just keep spending it indefinitely. But you basically have pop items in the forms of Unity accolades, and you can choose which one you do. And you kill them, they give you drops, and you use those items to then pop monsters in Esha. So there's special zones called Esha, and this is part of Rhapsodies of Vana'diel. You go into the Esha zones, which are like in the future. Spoilers. We did this last stream, and I did the voiceovers of the quest. We're still doing that quest, so I need to continue forward with it. So we're on Rhapsodies of Vana'diel on the path untraveled. Gilgamesh's daughter, Lion, may be able to find something out. Complete your home nation's missions up through rank 2 first. If you already have, follow the orb's guidance and seek her out by the crag of Hala Dem or Maya. So I need to do the 2-3 dragon. But yeah, so let's do those first before we do the no, we were gonna do the limit break first. Let's at least do one of them. Bring me to a one, but this is the meaningful mechanic. Is you go to this NPC here in Bastock Market's home point 1. The NPC's name is Igsley because he's fugly. You go to wherever it's gonna be in Garledge Citadel. And you spend 100 accolades, it warps you there. And then I got to summon my trusts. We do need to finish Rhapsodies of Vana'diel up to the next Rhapsody, at the very least, because then I can summon my next trust, and we get an XP bonus. The display is smaller than my phone. I can't see what. Phantom Jackal, welcome to the stream. Today's kind of a casual stream. I'm kind of just collecting B-roll footage for YouTube right now. Basically, if you want to see the full horizontal stream, head on over to youtube.com/Rebecca Lauren. I think it's actually /@Rebecca Lauren, right? I think that's actually the correct. Yeah, I'm live here on YouTube. There's 2 streams. There's the vertical stream. There's the vertical stream you're watching right now, and there's the head on over to the horizontal stream where you can see the full video footage. What is going on? Oh, I'm watching my own stream happen inside of my own stream. Yeah. YouTube.com/@Rebecca Lauren, REBECCALORAN. If you want to see the horizontal full screen, you're welcome to stay in Twitch if that's where you want to hang out. It's fine. I don't really have any requirements or anything like that, so I just hope you enjoy the stream. I hope you enjoy the vibes. Right now, what we're doing is we're playing Final Fantasy XI on the Fenrir server on retail, and we are farming up the limit break items and doing Rhapsodies of Vana'diel and rank missions because I just hit level 50 in Delkfoot Tower earlier. And so we got a lot of stuff to do as a new character. Because I have a character that's master level in I think it's behind the banishing gate. Or is it down here? Where is the drop? I don't think it's down here. I think it's I have to get that item to be able to go through the banishing gate by myself. There's a quest in Windurst, I believe. So at least let's grab the key item. And then let's do rank missions because I need to get rank 3 and I need to do the Rhapsodies cutscenes. Because once we do that, we can then summon a 5th trust. There is I believe, a question mark. The Divine Paint, I believe. Yeah, these are like decent. I can actually XP on these too. Yeah, the vertical live stream is more set up for video editing, so I apologize if the vertical format isn't too watchable. It's also optimized for people to chat, and the game and my webcam won't cover up the chat. So if you're on your phone and you're chatting, the vertical live stream is kind of set up for that. It's also set up for making clips that are editable, that are more readily editable. So I have it set up more for editing and less for viewing. So I'm sorry about that, but that's just how it goes. But I hope that you can enjoy watching the stream in any way you wish. A heaping pile of rubble. That's not what I want. Do I have to actually flag the quest before I can do that? I don't think it's just... Oh, maybe it's... I forget. Watch out, those beetles are sight. Oh. Fighting on the tippy top of Garliage Citadel. Right on the holes. Yeah, at least we can get some more buffer. Yeah, I think we actually have to go back to Windurst first. Flag the quest. Then grab the question mark. Finish the quest. And then we can come back and open the banishing gates. Like, it's so much easier to do the banishing gates on retail than it is on Horizon. Like, on Horizon, you don't have that. The reason why they have it is because, I mean, who's here? Let's do a /C. There's only 4 people in the zone, and to me, that's actually kind of surprising. I can't, you know, they're just like leveling up, I think. Oh, is it that? Okay, now we need to kill these ghosts. A ghost. Yeah, Valineral does that AoE Uriel blade. Yeah, and so in the vertical format, normally I would have also my webcam underneath the gameplay. So if I needed to edit where I needed my full screen webcam or my full screen game, I can do so without having a little webcam in the corner. Like if I was using my horizontal layout as a, it would be harder to make vertical format in the way I would like for clips, because then I would have to edit, like it would show the webcam in the game footage and I wouldn't be able to capture the whole gameplay screen. So I can basically just crop it if, you know, if I wanted to edit a video together without having my webcam getting in the way of the cropping. If that makes any sense. And that's like why I have vertical format on Twitch. I wish they allowed both like YouTube does. YouTube allows you to do both simultaneously, but Twitch only does one. I find nothing special. Okay, we got a warp. Let's go do rank missions because we need those anyway. Before we get limit break and all that. Oh, I'm already on a mission. Okay. I'm on the Zerin report. Collect Overseer's Macaron's report from the Zerin mines in the western section. Okay, yeah, we got to do all this bullshit. Oh, I'm gravitied, or I'm cursed, so I'm running all slow. It'll wear off in 7 minutes. Yeah, I think I need to like have it change jobs and then change back. I can't do the bounty box yet. I need 40 days of 40 days to pass since character creation. Look, check out that Galka. Oh, like I don't know about that lock style, but the perfection outfit, that is an interesting name. Is perfection. It's just called perfection. is that Temenos gear? Yeah, it's the perfection armor set. Um Warrior, Bard, and Ninja. Um yeah, yeah, Warrior, Bard, and Ninja perfection. Gives like store TP, damage taken. What's the body give? Oh, oop, no, it's hope. What's the body give? Yeah, age strength plus 40. Okay, yeah, perfection, plate mail. HP plus 125, strength plus 46, death plus 44, 36, agility plus 36, and plus 38, mind plus 27, charisma plus 36, accuracy plus 41, attack plus 41, ranged accuracy and attack plus 41, magic accuracy 41, evasion 122, magic evasion 98. This isn't particularly set up for warrior. Like the magic accuracy doesn't matter for that. But critical hit rate and damage taken, it's PDT. and store TP and haste. Also magic evasion. Picked up your laundry from the laundry room and now I'm completely out of spoons. I don't know how to read that sentence. Anyway, yeah, let's go into our missions because we got missions to do. We're going to do the Republic of Bastok. We're on the Zarin report. Basically, speak to any Bastokan gate guard and accept the mission. Mines can be entered from Bastok Mines. Speak to Makaram. Then go to Naji. Oh, Kupo, hang on. I have an amazing announcement. The hallowed halls of your house are even more exciting. Why? Because now there's a second floor, Kupo. But before you bash your way in, I've got a trifling task for you to tackle. Capricious Mithra cubs have cajoled critical information out of the MHMU, and I want you to wrest it from them. Visit the three nations and question them, Kupo. Okay. I'll have to check that out later. Oh, some random random earth crystals sold for 101 gil each. Well, 100 and 101. Oh my goodness. Okay, what if we change jobs? Does it get rid of the debuff? No, I still have curse. Oh well, we'll just wait it out. It's fine. But I'm just gonna be running really slow. Unfortunately. Too much fatigue, too much pain. Oh, well, thanks for stopping by, Mux. It was good hearing from you again. I'm glad that you're doing well. At least I certainly hope you're doing well. If anybody hurts you, they have to answer to me, okay? Leave Mux alone. Mux is my friend. Thanks for being here. These last 7 years have been pretty intense. You've been here since like the beginning, and you've witnessed me go through my transition. You witnessed me going through my surgeries. You've witnessed me finally getting out of that trailer, and now we're going to go from here. So now you have to witness me. Witness me. It's a reference to I guess the newer the reboot to Mad Max. We're going to Zarin Mines, okay. What are these Mughals up to? Oh, they can buy the proves goldfish scooping. Yeah, these are like cosmetics. I don't have the gil for it just yet. Hopefully we can buy these to put into my long-term storage stuff for different lock style outfits for cosmetics. Oh, let's get the music back on. Okay, 17 seconds. and then we can run like a normal person. This is like, what are we on, Horizon? This is what it's like on level 75 servers. I'm used to running like this. On retail, you run a lot faster. Furry Road? Oh, you mean Mad Max. Yeah, sorry, there is a delay on the stream. Ciao, thanks for joining, Mux. Thank you for being here for 7 years now, and we're just getting started, so my life is only going to get better from here, so I'll see you guys. See you later, Mux. I think Makaram. That's Ormer. Where is Makaram? In H11? It's further. Yeah, down here. Ah, you must be the courier. I've been expecting you. My report is ready. Be careful on your way out. Remember, you should give my report to Naji, one of the Mithril Musketeers on post at the President's office. Okay, cool. We got the Zarin report. Let's just warp. I should always carry an instant warp. Do I? Use that for Beastmaster. I already have the key item for that. Yeah, I could just, when I do Beastmaster artifact, like put that in the satchel. Just like tossing like basically everything into the mod case. Just to deal with later. I don't want to have to deal with them right now. Okay, I basically only have like 5 things that I actually keep on me or something. Let's sort that. Yeah, it's still 56 out of 80 on that. It's like, we got all this stuff. Someone sent me a bind bill from my link shell. Okay, go up to Naji. This area is off limits to... Oh, you brought the report from the Zirin mines. I'll take that. This was your first mission, wasn't it? Good work. Normally, we... Sir Lucius, how may I help you? Naji, you mentioned a report? Yes, sir. This adventurer just brought the last one. I was going to bring them all to you later, sir. Show it to me. So, more and more Galka are starting to believe in their Tailkeeper's return. The Tailkeeper, sir? But I thought that was just some Galka myths, sir. If that were only true, I've received reports that the Tailkeeper is already back among them. These reports, keep bringing them to me, Naji. We would not want to bother the President with such trivial matters. Yes, sir. As for you, adventurer, you have done well. Bastok needs more people like you. Wow, not many people get to speak to Sir Lucius after their first mission. He must see something in you. Keep up the good work. Okay, now I gotta grab the next mission. I'm pretty sure... Are we able to skip the next one? If I just... Am I able to skip it? If I trade crystals... Oh, okay, so you have to do all the rank 1 missions. You can't... I cannot accept crystals from someone whose rank is still 1. I advise you to either keep them until you reach rank 2 or to use them in craft work. Okay. The chief engineer is conducting new research and has asked for someone to assist him. He can be found in the metalworks in the east of the administrative section. The chief engineer's laboratory is on the second floor of the metalworks. You don't know his name? And you call yourself a Vastoker? The chief engineer's name is Sid. Any Vastoker would know that. Now go and see him. He will give you the details of your mission. Gonna go over to the metalworks again. Talk to Sid. Yeah, we gotta go to Dingrif Wadi. Let the geyser erupt. Every Final Fantasy game has a Sid. Here we go. Yeah, what do you want? I'm a little busy right now. Yeah, I'm Sid. Oh, you're here about the mission? Right, I was expecting you. Hey, right bot. Bring the thingamajig over here. This is only your second mission, huh? Most of the young ones in Bastok don't have the guts to go adventuring, so I'm counting on you. Do your best, here? Well, this mission's not all that tough. You just have to go out. Rybot, old buddy, if you brought the thing, don't just stand there. Say something. I brought the thing. Gah, if you don't quit that, I'm going to start calling you Silent Mountain or something. You would not, Chief. You are not like the others. That is why I work for you. Sheesh. I like the guy. He works hard. He's thorough in his research and all, but if only he was a little more talkative, you know? Anyway, here's what I want you to do. Take this blue acidity tester to the Dangrif Wadi near South Gustaberg. Try to find a place in the Wadi where this blue acidity tester changes color. That's all. What is it for? Well, in order for you to understand, I'd have to give you some lessons in the accrual patterns of sediments in the Wadi and the formation of gas pockets in the soil. You're setting a blank expression on your face. You're getting a blank expression on your face. I know. You didn't become an adventurer to study geology, right? Don't worry, it's nothing dangerous. So get going. Okay, now we gotta get going to Dangrif Wadi. I think we can take the survival guide. So we gotta warp to Bastok Mines. How the hell do I get out of here? Get me out of here! Happy Gilmore. One of my favorite movies as a kid. I think I watched Happy Gilmore like dozens of times. Okay, travel another home point. Let's go to Bastok Mines. And we're just gonna go to the survival guide to Dangrif Wadi because we, you know, this isn't the old days. This isn't Horizon. If it were Horizon, we'd have to actually do the whole mission. If it were Phoenix, but because we're on retail, we got home point warps. Okay, we got survival guides. We got wanted encountered teleports. If you don't even have the survival guide first, you can actually use the warp and then run and find it. Okay. And it's basically right over here. I also need to get a new weapon. Right now I'm using a level 37 axe. I can hold off on armor until level 60, because at level 60, I want to take a break to get all my artifact armor, but I'm going to do that another time. Today, I just want to get rank 3, and then we're going to call it a stream. Well, I guess we could get rank 3 and then do the Rhapsodies of Vanadil to get the next Rhapsody. Because we need to get rank 3 first. We need to do the 2-3 dragon. Because that's where you meet Lion. Because we did the cutscenes with Gilgamesh already. Okay, so now I should have the key item. It'd say red. It was blue, now it's red. Okay, and then we warp. I forgot to get an instant warp. I need to get one in case I have to warp back to back, because it has a 10-minute cooldown. But I should get a new axe while I'm here. First of all, let's get the warp. May as well get the re-raise just in case. Also trade that copper voucher. Let's level 50. I don't really need to get the, like, armor, do I? I could. The Alumine set. Or the Mithril, yeah. Oh, but there's no feet. I'll just get the raptor. How come there's no mithril feet? I don't know, I kind of like the Vitality +2 better than that particular one. And then, let's make the new outfit. What if I do mithril? No, I need the pants. Yeah, because otherwise it's like I'm wearing a diaper. Yeah, I got some mithril armor there. Okay, mithril armor for the Mithra. We gotta go back to Sid. Oh, wrong place. Wrong place at the wrong time. Ah, you're back. Let's see it. Red, as I thought. And a very strong reaction, too. Then we should be able to use it, but we must make sure to minimize the ecological repercussions of such work. Busy as always, Chief? Volker, you old dog. When did you get back? Just recently, sir. I had business in the metalworks today, so I thought I'd drop by. You must have some great stories to tell. Come on, out with them. Chief, were you not speaking to this person before I interrupted? Oh, right, sorry. It's been a long time since he and I had a chance to talk. Let me introduce myself. I am Volker, captain of the Mithril Musketeers. You must be an adventurer, and new to Bastock, too. Are you not? I hope you do well. Bastock is in need of good people. Yeah, for your second mission, you're done very well. I'll tell the guard at the gatehouse myself. Well, I should be going. I will drop by again later, Chief. I must go lend an ear to the president's gripes again. Come on, he needs support, especially from you. It might not look like it, but I'm sure he's doing his best. I'm sorry to have kept you here so long. Thanks again, and good work. Oh, and I might need your help again soon, so stay in touch. Okay, and I'm actually going to end the stream and take a break till later. We're going to continue this later. I do enjoy capturing, these, this footage for potential, videos. I want to try to make a video. It's hard to actually, I'm trying to use little teeny different like goals that I achieve in Final Fantasy 11. I'm try to figure out how to wrap my head around making a narrative around that task. So it's like I can make a video series, a video on YouTube that like introduces Final Fantasy 11 through a series of little adventures, like setting up your UI, setting up your add-ons, setting up your all your macros, setting up all that stuff. Those are separate, like kind of more utility videos. But then like I can make story videos that are like, oh, today we did the Bastock missions, and then I could like kind of form a narrative and edit together different clips to like show the like key points in a more watchable video rather than just watching raw gameplay on stream. Trying to find those points in Final Fantasy 11 is a huge challenge because Final Fantasy 11 has all the technical tools available to have a completely free like storytelling medium. Because if I wanted to, I could run a private server and run up multiple cameras and record from each of those. And if I really wanted to, I could record them all simultaneously on the same screen and edit to, and then like I could put like 16 different cameras on a single screen, all in scale. So I could just record it one time and alt tab between them, but like at the same time, like when I have the video footage, I can clip from any time indexed and they're all like locked together to the same timestamp. So that would make editing so much easier. But that's if I want to do like really highly edited, like VR chat style storytelling. If I wanted to create my own stories using Final Fantasy 11, as a playground. I think that could be fun for some videos, is setting up anything that I can't do in the client itself. I could run a private server to do like really custom stuff for, like different camera angles. I could run GMs so I could make my characters invisible. Like just make them really small Tarutarus and then make them float up in the air with the camera in first person view and make them invisible. And from there, I can have different accounts play different models, and I can change them at any time. That's a project for another day. But that's like a long-term project I've always wanted to do. I've wanted to like make videos the way I've seen people do when the game first came out. There were people made videos where it was there was like there was the one that was like, how everyone made a music video using the I got so far and lost it all. In the end, it doesn't even matter. That one. Dun 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 dun. There was a video on like that somebody released of Final Fantasy 11 on YouTube at I think of that, and it was like them traveling, like they were on Dragoon and like he had like his pet out and then he like did some emotes, like it's kind of silly stuff like that, but it's fun. And also imagine how much beyond that I can make, not just making a music video, but like making a full like stage play, like write a script for a play and make like use game models to like create the storyline. So even if you don't play Final Fantasy 11, it'd be like The Sims. I don't know if you've seen people do that with The Sims, where there's been videos of like, it's like, you slept with my wife. It's like it's like a sitcom, right? I could do stuff like that eventually. Right now we're just going through like the in-game stuff. Like, let's actually like do voice acting for the cutscenes. I've always wanted to do that, but I always felt like, oh, it's stupid. Nobody would want to watch. It's like that shouldn't matter. I've always wanted to do that, and I should actually go through it. It's a lot of work, and I'm doing the work, at least partially. I could always go back and do it later if I have missing things I need, but I want to collect as much as I possibly can by every now and then. Like, I think the more I live stream my gameplay and try to get like some B-roll footage, and it can also be just B-roll footage for any a number of different videos too. So it's like I'm kind of doing a catch-all. Every time I log into the game, I'm collecting my adventure, and it becomes this really long stream of footage that I could then potentially use. But I have to actually use it. That's the problem I've been running into, is I have to actually use it and not just collect it. And that's what I want to work on the next couple of months. While I play on retail, while I play on Phoenix, while I play on Horizon, I want to start storytelling. Even and I know it says like, oh well, Final Fantasy 11 sucks, you'd be better off. It's like, well, what more perfect medium to use than the game that you're currently playing and the game that you know and love really well? Like, that's a perfect playground for what I'm hoping to achieve with the video footage. That's a perfect playground. May not get 1 million views, but it's something that I want to create. And it's every time you do something, it's like putting money in a piggy bank. Like, I'm building that skill of writing a script, recording it, editing it together, publishing it, and then letting it go and moving on to the next thing. Potentially reading, I do read like my comments on my YouTube studio. So there's that. But it is not about the views. It's not about getting millions of views. It's like, I want to learn how to actually follow through with the things I want to create. The actual skill required to do the storytelling that I've wanted to do since a young child. I've wanted to be a storyteller my whole life, and it's like, well, nobody will listen. Well, I have to, it's my job to get them to listen, to convince them it's worth listening to. And so I want to figure that out. And what better way than to like, hey, I'm playing Final Fantasy 11 anyway, because I'm at this weird transitionary stage in my life out of the trailer, and I can't really find anything else to wrap my head around other than this game. So since I'm playing this game, well, I could just live stream the game, and that would be just fine. But not only am I live streaming the game, I'm also intentionally like collecting B-roll footage for a couple of different like video projects. One of them's going to be about UI. One of them's going to be about the game mechanics, about leveling specifically from like one. We already leveled to 50, so now that video series is already completed. I just need to go in and record the primary footage and the primary audio, and collect the clips together, put them together, and then write a script for the narration. And I want to frame it as, you're not just getting level 1 to 50. You're acquainting yourself with Final Fantasy 11. You're acquainting yourself with the primary game loops. And then like, make it a story, like what you're doing here in Vanadil, like what to expect. Like I could write about some personal experience, but like make it accessible so that like people can understand like what it originally felt like to play the game. And there's a lot that you miss out on if you play retail. That's a completely different topic for like another video, but like comparing like Horizon, for example, that's the game we actually played. So if like we want to actually deliver the original, like, bread and butter of what the game originally was, like the core game, you have to go back in time to like level 75. Back on Horizon is a good example, even though it has custom Era Plus changes. It delivers exactly like the feeling that we had when we first played the game. Even though if you get a carbon copy of the original game the way it was, you get something like Phoenix. But I also don't really think that is exactly the same thing you're looking for. If you, because we've already played the original game, and we have current retail right now, which I'm playing right now, to find out what's, you know, like how things are now. But I feel like there's a lot that gets lost when you're just grinding to level 99. And I want to try to capture the depth of what this game means so that somebody can level up to 99 and not get bored. That, like, they know why they're leveling. They know why they're making what they're doing, like what it matters. I'm going to deliver the cutscene, you know, dialogue in voice chats to make it like kind of more accessible and more slightly more entertaining potentially, which is what voice actors do. Is you got to read through the scripts. It might not be the best work, but that's something that I've always wanted to do, is do voice acting and do content creation, tell stories. I want to actually start working on it. And so the next 5 years of my life, that is partially my task. That's one of my primary tasks, is to learn how to become a storyteller. Something that I've done my whole life, but I've never like put together a deliberate package that this is a video that has been created, it has been crafted, it delivers a message. I have never really done that. I've never been able to finish a short story, so I want to do that. I've never been able to finish my novel, so I want to do that. But like, all in all, as a content creator, as a YouTuber, I have a very clear task ahead of me if all I did was focus on Final Fantasy XI content. So let me learn how to package things using the most likely content that would succeed with that, which is Final Fantasy XI, something I know very well and something I really love. Fetishism. Oh yeah, your fetishism, the fetish. The Palborough mines, once our main source of mithril, have been under beastmen control for some time. We want you to hunt these beastmen, the Quadav, and bring back a Quadav fetish head, a Quadav fetish torso, a pair of Quadav fetish arms, and a pair of Quadav fetish legs as proof of your accomplishments. You must present all 4 items to me or one of my colleagues in order to complete this mission. Okay. And I'm going to call it here. I think that's enough for today. I really enjoyed playing the game and talking with you, Mux, and Phantom Jackal, and anybody else that was here. We've been here for 2 hours and 40 minutes, so I think it's like a good time to take a break. Ciao. See you guys later. I'll figure out what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do something. I'm probably going to play off stream later. I'm going to be real. If I do a stream, I think we're going to do a Nuclear Throne stream tonight. So I think tonight we're going to play some Nuclear Throne. We got Nuclear Throne right here. So I want to actually play through that because I've seen people play that. I've never actually played it myself, really. I think I played a few lives. Like I died several times trying to play it at a friend's house before, but I think tonight we can play that. I want to try to make a regular video series of me just playing like a random game, like an indie game or whatever on Steam, playing like Nuclear Throne or playing some other game. Like Jump King or some shit. Like we have Jump King. We have Duck Game. We also have Mega Man 11. I could play that. Like there's all sorts of random things we could do besides Final Fantasy 11. I want to try to do like at least one stream a week where I'm kind of more like modern. Like Final Fantasy 11 is an old game. Okay, it's like 20 years old. Okay, like if I want to do something modern, I should always do at least one thing a week of like, hey, let's actually kind of make a more like high energy stream with a webcam, with like maybe I could write some scripts, and like try to like be a little bit more entertaining. I want to do that. So I think games like Nuclear Throne are probably good because they're more accessible. Somebody could watch the stream and kind of pick up what's going on. And it's also like kind of more energetic because of that. But we'll see. It'll be whatever it is, or maybe nobody will show up. It doesn't really matter to me. I just want to collect footage for at the very least I get some YouTube clips for YouTube shorts off of Twitch. So at the very least I'm doing something. But I want to do more than just something. So I have a plan. I don't have to rush it though. I literally can, like I said, this is a new 5-year plan. I have mapped out a lot of changes that have happened in my life, and I'm like, okay, well, now that I've know what a 5-year plan can actually do to a person, like I have a vagina now. Okay, that took 5 years. That's a fundamental shift in my body. I know that some people might not think it's a big deal. It's a pretty big deal. Okay. That's something that could be achieved in 5 years. So what else can I achieve in 5 years that will give that level of, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to give that level of significant change. Just like, you know, it took 7 years of deliberate effort to get out of that trailer park. And these were the two things that were holding me back the most. Now I only have myself to hold me back, but I think I'll be okay. I think we'll get through this. I think there'll be a time where it's just going to be inevitable. It's just going to be easier and easier for myself to get into the routine of content creation. I already see it happening, and it's only been 3 months. Like the fact that I'm logging in to actually record myself going up the stairs and stuff like that, that's already the kind of way I should approach. Like, I'm going to log in and get some B-roll footage for a video that I'm creating on Final Fantasy XI. So I'm going to have a lot of footage. And the important part isn't the footage. The important part is the intention and like the deliberate like camera angles and stuff like that. Like finding those is the real work. But if I didn't go through and record it, I wouldn't have that to work with at all. So that's how I'm trying to approach things right now. I'm experimenting. It's probably going to be boring for my stream for a while, but you guys, you'll live. Okay? I think you'll appreciate it in the long term when I start making some real progress and getting some more attention and getting better at what I do. But either way, until then, have a great Tuesday. Bye-bye.